This past week on the gold market, it's been really great to see the market finally trend up. And as you can see, this was the plan from last week. So what we're going to do, and we can see before we move into that, we can see that price almost got to this level that I was targeting, but it did get to this level right here at 42.07 and looks like it's trying to go higher. We will see because the market is now closed, but I want to give you a game plan for this upcoming week. So if you're looking for a game plan on the gold market, I'm going to give you my entries, my exits, and my profit target zones, especially because this upcoming week, we do have a lot of fundamentals in the news that will affect this market, and we want to be prepared for it. So if you're looking to get prepared, you are in the right location. So looking at the charts, let's go ahead and go to the weekly time frame as usual, and let's just take a quick look at the weekly time frame. Now, I do have a bunch of lines here from months and months ago. We're not worried about that. We're just focused on price this past week. So we can see right here, this was a candle that closed this past week, a strong bullish engulfing candle, engulfing this previous candle here on the weekly time frame. And this was over 1,500 pips, which is incredible. So this lets us know that there is a potential for price to continue to move up higher to these other levels that we will talk about in a moment. And if you're looking for a way to be able to catch these moves on your own, I know that some of you are watching these videos and some of you have not taken your first trade inside of a live market. Well, here at the Trading Launchpad, this is exactly where you can do that. You can start trading in 30 days, sometimes less, where I go over the stock market, the gold market, and the options market. So go ahead and go to the tradinglaunchpad.com if you want to get help in that. Now, if you're a beginner or maybe you're at a point where you have been trading and you're not yet profitable, then you definitely want to check out the Profitable Traders Academy, and you will find information on that at LaKieshaTrades.com. And we are increasing the price just in a few days here. So by the time you see this, you will have a couple of days to enroll or sign up for a call with our program advisor who can walk you through, show you payment options, and help you make the right decision for you. So go ahead and check out LaKieshaTrades.com so that way you can get the help that you know that you deserve and start profiting from this market. So going back to this chart, there's nothing really that I want to change here on the weekly. Let's go ahead and go to the daily time frame. Okay, so now we see some levels that we drew last week. So let me go ahead and call those out. So first we have our level at the very top that is at 34.78. Next we have another level that is at 43.12. We have another level at 42.40. And then we drew another level last week, cleaning up our levels. And this is now at 41.56. I'm going to skip over these minor ones because we may need to do some further analysis in order to get more refined levels based off of this week's price action. But going to this yellow level right here, you can see I have an alert here. It is around 40.25. And then next we do have another level. I'll call this out right here at 40.10. And then we do have another level here at 39.62. And then another level right here at 39.28. And then next we're going to call out this level right here at 38.96. And I'll probably stop it at that unless something major happens next week with a major catalyst that we're possibly expecting. Then I'll tell you my game plan for that if it gets down there. But I'm going to wait for that because right now I really want to get to the analysis here. So we called out the levels, and right now as far as the levels, they are looking actually great. We did draw this last week and this is sitting here nicely. So just taking a quick look, there's nothing else I want to touch here on the daily. Let's go to the H4. Okay, so now that we're here on the H4 time frame, we can definitely see a lot more data. We did have an area of consolidation in here, and I remember looking at this and I didn't take that particular trade mainly because I already had some positions in the gold market that I'm holding longer term, and those are getting nicely into profit. So I definitely want to just let those play out unless I see something spectacular where I just wanted to take advantage of it. So, and consolidation is not typically where I like to take a trade anyway. But looking at these levels now, here we are at these minor levels that we can see here, and this is still holding. Let me zoom in because these areas look great. There's nothing I want to change over here. Let's focus on this area of most recent price action. So here's a resistance that was formed. Let's drag this over, and it is kind of holding at this point. I think I do want to make an adjustment adjustment for more so recent price actions. Actually, don't want to move it down too much. For right now, we're going to have this at 41.25. And I do see another level right here that I do want to adjust lower, and then let me extend it. So now this level is sitting at 40.99. So you could just say 4100 depending on your chart. And this still looks good right here. Let's go down to the H2 time frame and see if we can make some more sense of this, because I do see some other levels that I do want to draw based on recent price action. Okay. Yes, this level right here, I do like this on the H2 time frame. And this right here, it's a little iffy on this time frame, so I may want to make an adjustment. Let me just put that back for now. Make an adjustment on the H1 time frame. So let's go ahead and go down to that. Okay, so I'm gonna get back to that area, but looking right here, I just want to make sure that this level is nice. I do see a couple of different areas, so I could place it right here, and I think I probably will keep it right here. Let me extend this backwards, mainly because we do have some supports that was formed throughout here. I really like this one, and this is at 41.17. We did test this area a couple of times, so I do like that. And I'm trying to see what else I see in here. All of this right here is pretty choppy, so it's really hard to place levels, especially with it being so choppy. So I like this level right here because we have a nice little base right here, and this is at 40.88. And I like the fact that price continued to push up from this level. So on this, we're going to leave this like this for right now. So I do like these minor levels right here. And then looking at this, there is a level that I do want to draw very clearly to me. Is going to be this. Let me get the blue. Okay, so this right here, and this is at 41.91, mainly because we have a resistance. I want to see, before I get into my game plan, I'm jumping ahead of myself, but basically I like to see this area being respected. We already have this level. We have a bit of consolidation here. So now that we're on the H1 time frame, I do want to go into my game plan for this upcoming week. And what I'm looking at, and I already alluded to it, but I'm looking for some sort of pullback into this area right here, or even into this area right here, and then continue a push up to 42.40. Let's go ahead and map this out. So from here to here, that's almost 500 pips. That's 489 pips right there. And then right here, it's a little bit tricky because we do have all this consolidation, but let me just go ahead and knock that out. Okay, so the other level that I see it potentially coming back to would be here at 41.67. And I'm just going to put this back to where it's at because of all the consolidation that we saw here. This is a really interesting area. And then as long as it doesn't break this, I think we will be good. So we just have to wait and see. But of course, price can do whatever it wants, whenever it wants, especially on gold. So these are the immediate two areas that I'm looking at, and I'm looking for buys for sure, because we saw price continue the bullish momentum this past week, and looking forward to continue next week, and then going into the next week after that for FOMC, the federal funds rate. That will be really interesting to see how this behaved, but we will talk more about that next week when we get closer. So, okay, this is looking good, and just looking for buys above here. I'm not really looking for any sells. Like if I just wanted to look for a short-term sell opportunity, a risky sell opportunity would be to take the retracement here and then a retracement here. That would be pretty risky. I have taken trades like that in the past, but I really don't like to do those. So I just want to mostly just stick with the trend instead of trying to take a counter trend. If there was an opportunity for me to take a counter trend trade, I think a safer one would be past this consolidation, mainly because the price action, even though there's consolidation here, it is a little bit cleaner. Like right here, let's look at this. This is a little uncertain, so I really don't feel comfortable taking any counter trend trades outside of what I talked about already. This is a really clean move, but it'll be a very short-lived move, so I'm not even going to put that on my chart because I don't want to take that type of risk on my account. So anyway, I'm mostly looking for buys and looking for some sort of retracement. Max would be this 726 pip range going up to this level right here. And if we scroll all the way back, this was an area where price rejected in the past. So just looking at that, just because it rejected here in the past doesn't mean it's going to reject again in the future. I just want to make that very, very clear. But this is what I'm looking for this upcoming week. If you found this helpful, go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel. And also, if you have a trader friend that is looking for a better way to mark up their charts, then go ahead and share this video with them and some of your other friends that are also looking to get into trading, because at the beginning, having that understanding and that foundation is going to help out a lot in terms of being a successful and profitable trader over the long term. Not short-term tricks here, long term. So at this point, you're going to see some videos on the screen that'll also help you become a better trader. So go ahead and check those out, and I'll see you there.